Welcome to Build Your Shopify Store in 1 hour from OS Training. Hi, my name is Rod Martin. I'll be your trainer for this course. And right off the bat, I want to thank the .store domains folk for sponsoring this course. .store is a brand new domain. It's an alternative to .com, and it's designed specifically for anyone that wants to set up a store. You'll learn more about domains in an upcoming part of the video. This course is designed to help you get your Shopify store up and running with absolutely no code in just about an hour. If you're a budding entrepreneur, you're getting your first store up and running, you've got a new product, well then this series is definitely for you. You might be asking, why Shopify? I've set up web stores for WordPress, Joomla, Drupal. I've looked at just about all of the options out there, and let me tell you, Shopify is a fantastic product. It's a complete e-commerce solution that allows you to set up an online store to sell your goods. That's a no-brainer, right? It lets you organize your products, customize your storefront, accept credit cards, track and respond to orders, all with just a few clicks of the mouse. There are fantastic add-ons. You want somebody else to manage shipping? No problem. You want somebody else to manage fulfillment? No problem. It really is an all-in-one e-commerce solution. There's nothing to install. You'll go to the website like we'll do in just a moment, sign up, and your store is practically ready to go. A Shopify account is very reasonably priced, and you'll pay at or just below market rate for your credit card payment fees as well. So it really is a fantastic option to get your store up and running. If you already have a website, then Shopify can integrate quite nicely. And theming your Shopify store to look like your main website is actually really simple. Again, without any coding at all. All right, so where are we going in this course? Well, we'll start by getting signed up and getting started. We'll set up our .store domain, and I'll talk more about that when we get there. We'll go through all of the settings: general, payment, checkout, shipping, taxes, notifications, files, and sales channels. We'll add some products. We'll talk about variants, discount coupons, tracking customers and orders, the App Store, which is really fantastic. I'll spend an entire section talking about sales channels because Shopify isn't just an online store. If you want to sell through other channels as well, like a brick and mortar store, Shopify can manage all of that. We'll talk about adding blogs and pages to Shopify so it can be more than just your store, it can be a complete website. We'll talk about finding a theme and customizing the theme for your store, and then finally we'll look at analytics and reporting. This course takes just about an hour to complete, which means by the end of this course, you'll have your very own Shopify store up and ready to go. All right, let's dive in. Well, as I mentioned in the opening video, this series is designed to help you get started with Shopify with absolutely no experience. And trust me, we're going to get that done, and it's going to be really easy. So if you're new to Shopify, which I'm assuming you are, let's just take a quick peek around. When I hover over ways to sell, you'll see that there's a lot of ways that Shopify can help you. This course is going to focus on the online store and get you started that way. The pricing for Shopify is super competitive. You can get started on a 14-day free trial, which is how we're going to do it today. And once you're set, you can just switch over to the plan of your choice. And these prices are really reasonable. When we click on the blog, it takes us to the Shopify blog where we can even get free business lessons via email. And by the way, when you sign up for Shopify, you're going to get some really great helpful emails as well. And then obviously under resources, there's a lot of information to help you get started. Well, I'm assuming you're new, so let's click the Get Started link. All you need to do is fill in an email address, a password, and then select a store name. Of course, it needs to be available and not being already used. I'm going to temporarily use the store name of my training store, but we're going to show you how to add your own domain or even get a .store domain, which is really awesome as well. So go ahead and find one that works for you and then click Create Your Store. And in just a matter of moments, you're going to have a store that's already set to go. Success! And that was in real time. I can't believe how fast that went. You'll notice the URL is mytrainingstore.myshopify.com. We'll fix that in an upcoming video. So they want to know just a few things about you. What are you going to be selling? I'm going to say I'm not selling products yet, but again, this is strictly a survey. What's your current revenue? I'm just getting started. And no, I'm not designing or developing a store for a client. Of course, if you are, you would check that off. Click Next. And now Shopify needs to know a little bit more about you so you can get paid and they can have a record of your information. Go ahead and fill this out. Once you've filled this information out, go ahead and click Enter My Store. And it's as simple as that. Your store is now up and running, and you're being presented with just a few things to get you started. Don't worry about any of those just yet. We're going to help you get started, but let's take a quick peek over here on the left. We can manage our orders, take a look at all of the products we're selling, see the customers we have, take a look at some analytics, provide discounts for our customers, and add apps here that will expand our store and make it even cooler. Right now we have one sales channel, that's the online store, but you'll also notice that you can add other sales channels, point of sale, Facebook, Instagram, Amazon, Pinterest, eBay. You get the idea. We're strictly going to focus on the online store, but understand that all these channels are available to you as well. If I click Select a Plan, it's going to ask me what plan I want to use. And once again, here are the prices for your store. But I'm going to recommend that you choose a plan right away. You have 14 days to get your store up and running. If the plan isn't the one you want, you can always change it before your store goes live or even after. Here's the great thing about Shopify. They won't charge your credit card until your free preview is over. So you can take the time to get your store completely set up and use all of the features that Shopify has to offer, including test payments and discounts. And your store is protected by a password. So even though it's live, well, it's not really out there. You'll notice here on the lower plan, credit card rates are 2.9% plus 30 cents. That's the standard industry. When you get a plan that's a little bit higher, you'll notice that your credit card rates go down, your staff accounts go up, and you get discounts on shipping through Shopify. So go ahead and take a look at this screen and figure out what plan is best for you, then go ahead and choose one. You'll need to put your credit card information in, of course. They'll charge $1 to your card just to make sure it's a valid card, and then you're set to go. Once you've done that and you come back to your home screen, well, it looks a little bit different. All of the trial prompts are gone, and you get a bit of a dashboard. Finally, down here at the bottom, you'll see Settings. Settings is where we do all of the configuration for our store, including our store details, payment providers, how we're going to handle checkout, shipping, taxes, and notifications, how we're going to upload files, all of the different sales channels we want to use, our accounts, if we have more than one user in our Shopify account, and then finally, our billing. We'll look at those in an upcoming video. Well, in the next video, we're going to talk about how to get your domain set up for your Shopify store. One of the first decisions you have to make is, what is the domain going to be for my store? Now, you can stick with the Shopify domain, but that's really not going to be the best idea in the long run. You really want something that's going to show off your brand, be identifiable as part of your brand, and Shopify makes that really simple. As I mentioned a moment ago, .store is a new domain designed for retail and e-commerce. There's a lot of different new domains. I'll talk about that in just a moment. The point is, new domains help businesses get strong URLs that also define them. You probably are really familiar with .com, .org, .biz, even .us, .ca if you're from Canada, .uk, all of the country code domains, and some of the new domains that are coming out like .online, .tech, and yes, indeed, .store. What makes for a good domain name? Well, it should include your business name or the business category. It should have relevant words, and please, no dashes, no numbers, no weird characters, certainly no abbreviations. It should be something that's easy to speak, easy to type, defines your brand, and is short and memorable. When was the last time you went looking for a .com domain that was defined by those parameters? It's virtually impossible. In fact, one of the last .com domains I went looking for, I couldn't find anything. So I went and looked at the word I wanted to use in Swahili. Well, that's no good because very few people in my demographic speak Swahili. This is why I'm suggesting today that you seriously consider a .store domain for your new Shopify store. Consumers are associating the .store domain with retail and e-commerce. .store domains are very search engine optimized friendly. Google has clarified that its search engine will treat and rank new domains like .store the same way as it does .com. Across the globe, small and large businesses are adopting these new domains because they recognize the benefits they bring. For example, the Emirates has emirates.store and Intel has insight.tech. Because you're building an online store, well then, the .store domain makes a lot of sense. So, what kind of questions should you be asking? Well, is my new domain relevant to my industry? Will it describe what I do? And will it give me a shorter, more memorable URL? If you're not already there, go ahead and click on your online store sales channel and click on Domains. You can buy a new domain or connect an existing domain right here through Shopify. Now hang on for just a minute because I'm going to show you a deal in just a few moments that you'll really want to pay attention to. But in the meantime, if you need to buy a new domain, you can do that right here. You'll need to enter in the domain that you want to buy. Now, if I was building this store for real, I would look for a domain like happiness-t-shirts.store, not ostraining.store, because again, we want our domain to be about our brand. So again, for our store, because OS Training is producing these videos, I'm going to type in OS Training, and you'll notice that all of the OS Training domains are gone. So the one we're going to focus on today is the .store. You'll see that for the first year, it's $19. When I click Buy, it's going to take me to this page where I'll confirm my address, the order summary, and then I'll buy the domain. Now, I said a moment ago that I want you to wait because I've got a real neat surprise for you. Thanks to our partnership with .store domains, you can get a .store domain for as low as $4.99 a year. To get your .store domain, all you have to do is go to partners.get.store/OS-training. That's our official partner page. Enter the domain that you want and click Search. If it's available, click on Add to Cart and proceed to checkout. You're offered a professional email from Google and an SSL certificate. You may or may not want those. Go ahead and click Proceed. Domain privacy is turned on. That's always a good thing. Enter the code OSTSTORE and click Apply. Then select the number of years you want the domain for. Our partnership promo gives you the .store domain at the following discounted prices, and these are terrific. 1 year at $4.99, 5 years at $39.99, and 10 years at $99.99. This is a tremendous savings, and it's really exciting to be able to offer this to you through this promotion. And now click Place Order. You're going to be asked to sign in or create an account. That takes less than 2 minutes, and then you'll pay for your domain, choosing one of the payment options available. And that's it. You now have a .store domain. Once your domain is registered, you'll get an email with all of the details you'll need. Follow those instructions, and you'll be all set. When you're done doing that, you'll come back over here, connect an existing domain, and type it in. Now, one thing to remember, when you're doing DNS updates that you'll need to do it per the instructions, it does take up to 24 hours. So if this doesn't work the first time, don't worry, it will work in short order. Click Next and verify connection. And congratulations, my domain, ostraining.store, is connected successfully, just waiting on the SSL. And now when I go to ostraining.store, well, I've got my splash page waiting for me to launch my store. And I can enter it using the password. Once again, we want to thank the good folks over at .store for sponsoring these videos, and I want to encourage you to consider using them for your domain purchase. And that's as easy as it is to get your domain up and running for your new Shopify store. All right, now that we have an account with Shopify and we have our domain set up, it's time to take a look at the settings that we need to manage in order to get our store up and running. There's two areas here. Under the settings link at the bottom, and then under the online store, we've already started looking at this. We'll continue in an upcoming video. For now, go ahead and click on Settings and click on General. I'm going to change the name of my store to the Happiness T-shirt store, because that's what we're going to be selling today. You'll need to add the legal name of your business and all of the proper information down here if it's not there already. Then finally, down at the bottom, you can change the time zone. I'm in the Eastern time zone, the unit system, and default weight system. So again, for wherever you are in the world, get that set up for you. As well, you can change your store's currency, but in order to do so, you'll need to manage the payment settings first. Now again, I'm here in the United States, and so Shopify makes that pretty simple for me. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. Finally, on this screen, you want to have a prefix or a suffix for your invoices. So by default, it's a hashtag, so your order IDs will be hashtag 1001, 1002. You can make that anything you want that makes sense to you, understanding that that's part of what will go out in the final email. Well, if you've made any changes, go ahead and click Save. And go back to Settings. Under Payment Providers, this is where it gets pretty exciting. If you're in one of the countries where Shopify Payments is accepted, and in order to find that out, head over to the Help screen. You'll see that the US, Puerto Rico, Canada, UK, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, Hong Kong, and Singapore can use Shopify Payments. If you're not in one of those countries, you'll need to have an alternative payment system. PayPal works pretty well everywhere. This is a great help article, and it will help you understand how Shopify Payments work. Basically, you're set as soon as your store is ready to go. So I can click Edit here and use test mode. You'll also notice because of the plan that I chose, I'm getting the highest rate, which is still pretty much the industry standard. To complete my account setup and get my payments working through Shopify Payments, I just click that purple button right there and fill in the business information here. And provided my banking information, the purple button here will be clickable, and then I'm able to get paid via Shopify. I don't even need to set up my own Stripe account. They make it really simple. Now again, if you're not in one of the countries that supports Shopify Payments, you'll need to choose a different provider. And you can see here from the list, there are many, many providers that are available as a Shopify customer. All right, I'm going to click on Edit just one more time. Make sure using test mode is enabled. This allows you to put fake credit cards in while you're testing your store. Go ahead and click Save. And of course, you can set up different payment methods, PayPal, Amazon Pay, or any other payment method right here in this screen. Again, really simple. Head back to Settings and let's click on Checkout. You can decide how your checkout system wants to work. Upload your logo, of course, and all of those things right here to customize it. Decide whether you're going to create customer accounts, how you're going to contact them, whether that's by email or phone, any additional contact methods, and then the form options, what you'll require and what you'll need. Any order processing options are here as well. And you'll need to customize this for your store. You can even do abandoned checkouts by sending an email to customers who left products in their cart but didn't complete the order. I can't tell you how huge that is. So if you have their email address, well, then you can email them within a particular time frame in order to remind them of the cart that they've left. This is really, really helpful. You can put in your refund policy, privacy policy, and terms of service here. They even give you samples that you can use. Once again, you'll need to make sure that you do this, especially if you're selling in Europe now, with the GDPR now in effect. All right, click back on settings. You can go back and finish those. Shipping, one of the great things Shopify does for us is it automatically sets up shipping zones based on the information we provided when we signed up. And you'll notice that there are 2 shipping options, domestic and the rest of the world. These are called shipping domains. If I'm going to ship to the United States and I just want to add $10 or $20 depending on the weight, well, then I'm ready to go. But Shopify gives us much more than that. Click on Edit in the domestic. And again, you can name that anything you want. You can add countries to a shipping zone. You can add rates based on price. So if somebody spends $25, you can ship based on that amount. You can ship on weight, but you can also ship based on DHL, UPS, or USPS. I love this because it makes it so simple. As well, if you select a shipping option that provides printed labels, well, then you can actually print them right from within Shopify. I'm going to click on USPS, and I'll leave these all selected. I can even add a percentage or a flat fee to cover package and handling above the shipping rates. I'm going to click Done. And now those will be calculated for me automatically when I check out. I can add DHL as well as UPS from here, giving my customers the maximum flexibility. I'm going to click Save, and now USPS rates will be calculated automatically. Coming down to the rest of the world, again, I can decide whatever I want to do. Now, I can also print shipping labels right from my computer, and this can be a real great time saver. Under Packages, you can see the kinds of packages that I have available. I can add a package, makes it really simple. Again, if I'm going to use USPS, and choose which one I want, make it the default package if I need to, and I can add as many as I want depending on the products that I'm going to sell. I can either order free USPS packaging online or just go to my nearest post office, and it's free. Doesn't get much better than that. Now, if you're not going to handle shipping on your own, you can also add a drop shipping and fulfillment service. Really simple to do. There are a number listed here, even Amazon. So that's shipping. Last one for this video, taxes. Wow. The hardest thing in the world to get right in an online store is shipping and taxes. Fortunately, Shopify takes care of all of this for us. Now, depending where you are in the world, you might want to include taxes in your prices. That's very European. Here in the US, we don't really want to do that. And charge taxes on shipping rates. Again, note US shipping taxes automatically calculated. Depending on where you are in the world, you'll need to correct that. Down here in the tax rates, it depends on the county, but let's just take a quick peek here in the United States one. Because it knows I'm in Indiana, it's going to charge Indiana residents 7% and everybody else 0%. Now, I can't stress this enough. Although Shopify will manage the taxes for you, you should consult a tax accountant just to make sure. As well, Shopify has a great help article here on setting up the taxes properly. You'll need to take the time to think this through because getting it right is pretty important. All right, in the next video, we'll cover notifications, files, sales channels, your account, and billing. In Settings Part 2, we're going to cover notifications, files, sales channels, account, and billing. Clicking on notifications, one of the great things about Shopify is they actually fill these out for you with some great templates. For instance, if I click on Order Confirmation and take a look here at the HTML in the email body, you'll see that there are a number of really neat things. Shopify provides what they call liquid variables. These are kind of like tokens in a CMS, and you'll see all the way through here these liquid variables like email title and name allow you to personalize each of the notifications that go out. One word of caution here, if you don't know HTML, you'll want to be very careful with these. Whenever I'm learning a new system like this, I usually copy and paste everything into a text file and keep that as a backup. Now down here at the bottom, there's a great button to revert to default just in case you mess it up. As well, you can send a test email to make sure your changes are right, and you can also preview it. And preview gives you a really great overview of the email or notification that's going to be sent. You can also send SMS text messages with Shopify, and they use the same liquid variables. There are a lot of notifications that you're going to want to check out. Order confirmation, canceled, refund, drafts, etc., etc. Shipping notifications, customer notifications, order notifications. As well, you can even enable desktop notifications on your own computer and create some webhooks if you're knowledgeable in that area. So notifications, something you have to play with, but there's some great help as well here in the templates variables documentation. The files system here at Shopify is fantastic. Anything you upload or use is going to be listed here. Now I've got a couple of files already uploaded. You can ignore those because yours will be empty most likely at this point. You can go ahead and just delete whatever's here. You'll notice that Shopify uses a CDN or distributed network, which is great. That means your files are going to load really quickly. You can upload files here as well and then reuse them anywhere across your Shopify site. And although Shopify allows you to upload files in tons of different places, it's really handy that these will be stored in one central location. Sales channels. Now, this is the same as clicking here on the plus symbol, but you can add a sales channel, view your online store preferences, which again is the same as clicking over here, and completely delete a sales channel if you don't want to use that anymore. As always, there are great help articles listed everywhere contextually throughout Shopify. Your account, well, that's exactly what it sounds like. It's your account. It gives you information about your Shopify plan, as well as information about your credit card rates. You can add login services. You can hire an expert. You can even pause or close your store. Finally, billing. Exactly what it sounds like. The billing information for your current plan. You can replace a credit card. You can get summaries of your orders, as well as invoices and credits. And so that's it for our settings panel. This is something you're going to want to take some time to make sure all of these are just the way you need them for your store. Before we move on, I want to remind you about the great deal on a .store domain that you can get at partners.get.store/OS training. Well, now that our store is set to go, we need to add some products so we can sell some happiness t-shirts. Head over to Products and click Add Product. Now we're going to do this in 2 stages. I'm going to add one single product, get it all set up, and then in the next video, I'm going to show you how to manage variations or variants on that product. Shopify makes this really easy and really great to do. All right, we're the happiness t-shirt store, so we need to sell some happiness t-shirts. The original happiness t-shirt. Now you can see in the description box here, I can, of course, add text. I can also add images and even video. And I can't tell you how important video is for your online sales. This is just a demo, so I'm just going to add some quick text in here. If you're adding one of your actual products, or you're just making up a product like I am, you can put anything you want in there. Uploading an image is really simple. I can drop files, or I can click the upload, and it's just as simple as that. Let's give it a price of $20. We could compare this price at $25. This product is taxable, and because we've already set up our taxes, Shopify will know who to apply that tax for. A stock keeping unit is important if you're going to allow Shopify to manage your inventory. And so let's go ahead and give this a SKU of TSH001. If you use barcodes here, for instance, if you're selling books, you could enter it there. And we'll allow Shopify to track the inventory here, and we'll tell it we have 200 in stock, and we won't allow customers to purchase it when it's out of stock. This is a physical product. Now, if this was a downloadable product, we'd uncheck that, and we'll demonstrate that in an upcoming video. We'll put it at £1/4 pound, and if you're selling internationally, you'll need to get a HS tariff code. You can look that up by clicking here. The fulfillment service is manual. Again, if I had chosen a fulfillment service earlier in that earlier video, it would show up here. We're not going to add any variants here, but let me just suggest that adding your variants at the same time you're adding your products is usually the best approach, but I want to separate that out for a different video. And then finally, search engine optimization for your happiness t-shirt. You can edit that here if you need to. Well, we're going to click Save Product. Congratulations, your product is now available. Now, we haven't set up our template or anything yet, and don't worry about that. We're going to set up the look and feel of our store at the very end once we've actually got everything set up. But if we want to take a quick peek, well, we can just click View. And here's our original happiness t-shirt. We can compare that at 25. It's on sale for 20. And again, because of the theme we're using, it gives us this automatic magnification, the ability to add it to our carts, share, tweet, and pin it. And our cart is up here. If I want to add it to my cart, well, done. It's added to my cart, and we're ready to go. It's that simple to add product to your store. You'll note I can share it on Facebook or create another product. I can also duplicate products here, which makes creating my online store really simple. Now, one thing I forgot to do that I better do is to give it a product type and put it in a collection. Now, you'll note Shopify assigned it to the homepage collection for me, which is great. And right now, that's the only collection I have. But let's make sure we add a product type here. Again, it's as simple as typing and hitting enter. And that product type is now added. Down here, I can also add tags if I want to. Tagging your products is really helpful, especially if you have a larger store. It works the same way. As I just click and type in here, Shopify will add the tags for me and save them for later use. One word about collections. Right now, my t-shirt is in the home page collection, but I can create a collection and let's call it Opening Specials. With Opening Specials, I can then go ahead and create products specifically for my Opening Specials. I can manually choose products and add them to that collection, or I can automate it by saying existing and future products that match the conditions I set will be automatically added. And by doing this, I can set up a number of conditions. Say everything under $20 will go into this collection. Or if I tag a product a certain way, it will go into this collection. So I'm going to add a condition here where I'm going to say the product tag is equal to Opening Specials. And you'll notice that I could create that tag right on the fly. I can add another condition as well as set it to work for any condition or all of the conditions that I have here. Right now, there are no products in this collection, so I need to add some tags. So if I go back to collections, I have Opening Specials. Let's go back and update that product. And we'll add it to that collection, not by clicking here because that collection is automated. We need to add it here under the tag just by typing it in and hitting enter. And now because that tag has been added, if I look at my collection, you'll see the product listed here. So that's adding a product. The last thing I'll mention here is you have the ability to import your products. Some stores have 5 or 10 products, but some stores have hundreds or even thousands of products. Shopify makes it fairly simple to import products via a CSV file. What I recommend is downloading this sample template in order to see what format your CSV file should be in. Here it is. It's pretty simple. It's a comma delimited text file that you can create in Excel and export as a CSV or export from an inventory management system you might have on hand. It just depends on what you've got. Once you have that file, well, it's pretty simple to do. You choose the file, click upload, and the import will bring all of your products into Shopify. If you have questions, there's a handy link there. Their help system is fantastic. And that's adding products. In the next video, we're going to add variants to a product. And because so many products have variants, Shopify makes it really simple. All right, so we have our first product, the original Happiness t-shirt. We need to add some variants. Now, let me define that. A variant is where a product has different versions. So a blue, red, gray t-shirt. They're still the same shirt, they're just a different color. What about sizes? Extra small, small, large. Well, you get the idea. So any product with different versions of the same product needs variants. Shopify makes this so simple. I'm going to click on the original Happiness t-shirt. And when I scroll down to variants, you'll see that I can add a variant. Now, this is best done all at the same time, so it takes some planning. I could do all the sizes, click save, but then when I come to do all of the colors, it's actually a little bit more work. So it's best to do all of your variants at once. So for instance, here, Shopify gives me a suggestion. Size. Well, let's start there then. So XS, enter, S, enter, M, enter, L, enter, XL, and XXL. You get the idea. It's easy to just type and hit enter, and now all of our size variants are in, and you'll notice that on the fly, Shopify went ahead and created those variants for me. Now, I can add barcodes. It updates the SKU for me already, and I can update the inventory here, but that's not going to really help me because I need to add another option right now. So I'm going to click that other option, and helpfully, Shopify suggests a color. Well, I have 3 color shirts. I have blue, I have red, and I have gray. You can add whatever variants you might have. Now, once again, on the fly, really nice. Shopify has added all of those for me. And now I can go in and quickly update the inventory for every shirt that I have. So extra small blue, I'll leave that at 200. This is not going to take a lot of time, but I'm going to pause the video until I've got all this done. Now you'll also notice here on all of the extra larges, I can very quickly change them to $25 each instead of $20. Now again, all of that on the fly, all at once, takes a little bit of planning, but I strongly suggest you do that. Now it's okay if you don't do it because you can fix it later. I'm going to click Save. Shopify created all of those variants for me on the fly, and you'll now see as well all of the inventory. So what happens if I go back over to my store to try and buy this product? Well, it's on sale. If I choose the medium in blue, it's sold out because I don't have any inventory. But if I choose the medium in red or the medium in gray, well, I can now add that to the cart. Now you'll notice the images haven't changed. Let's go fix that. So down here, I'm going to click on gray. I'm going to update all of the gray images. by adding an image and selecting it and click Save. Now you'll notice that all of the gray shirts have the gray image. Simple to do, right? Let's do that for blue. Update the image. Select the blue shirt, click Save. And now update the red, and I've already uploaded that red shirt, as you can see. So these kinds of bulk operations are really simple in Shopify. And now, when we click Save, and I hit refresh on my happiness shirt, you'll see that the colors of the shirts have changed. That is pretty slick and pretty easy to do. So that's variants. If I click on gray, I can delete variants, update quantities, or even change prices in bulk. And again, I can edit the variants here en masse. So it's always best to add all your variants at once, but if something does change, don't worry, you can fix it right here in the variants screen. Creating variants does take a little bit of planning, but wow, Shopify makes it so easy. One of the best ways to get people into your store and buying your product is discounts. Now, if you haven't chosen a plan yet, you can't do this part of the course. So that's why I recommended earlier to just go ahead and choose a plan, put your credit card information in, and if you really don't want to continue once your trial period is over, well, you can just cancel. If you have selected a plan, well, then follow along. Head over to Discounts and click Create Discount. And we'll see what kinds of discounts Shopify can give us. There are a number of different kinds of coupons that you can do. You can do a percentage coupon, so a percentage off, a fixed amount, give somebody free shipping if they reach a certain cost amount, and then buy X and get Y. That's really fun. Buy one and get one free, buy this product and get this free, etc., etc. So it's pretty exciting to see what kind of discounts you can actually give. So let's decide what kind of discount we want to give. We have to come up with a code. So that can either be a simple word like you see here, spring sale, or you can click Generate Code and it is going to give you a rather difficult to remember code. Depending on what you're trying to accomplish, you might want to go with one or the other. Well, I'm just going to say opening. The store is going to open. I'm going to give everybody 20% off their entire order with a minimum purchase amount of $50. And there we go. I'm going to make it available to everyone. I could just make it specific groups of customers or specific customers themselves. And I can even limit the number of times this discount can be used. So I can say the first 100 people get 20% off their entire order. And of course, limit to one use per customer. Yes, I definitely want to do that. I can also do activation dates and times, and you can see when I'm recording this video. And I can also set an end date just by clicking there. So I'm going to say for the first 2 weeks, you can get this discount. So it gives me a nice summary. The discount code is opening, 20% off the entire order with a minimum purchase of $50, one use per customer, active from today until May 22nd. Click Save Discount. So what's next then? Well, we can create a shareable link. And there it is. And I can post that to social media, put it in an email. If somebody clicks on that link, well, the 20% discount will be automatically applied at checkout if the parameters are met. I can also click here to promote it, share on Facebook, or there again, get that shareable link. When I click on discounts over here, it's going to give me a list of all of my discounts, whether they're active, how many have been used, when it starts, and when it finishes. I can also just see the active ones, or the scheduled ones, or the expired ones. So this is incredibly helpful in creating all kinds of different discounts using coupon codes. It's that simple. Let's take a look and see what that looks like. So I'm going to hit refresh on my cart. I have the extra small blue original happiness t-shirt. Let's go ahead and crank that up to 3, click update, and click checkout. And now I can apply that coupon. And you'll notice I didn't even capitalize it, and the system recognized it. So there's my 20% discount. Now, what happens if I remove one shirt? So I'm going to go down and click update, click checkout, and my cart doesn't meet the requirements for the opening discount code. Again, I'd already put that in, so I can just X that message out. And that's how easy it is to add discount codes to Shopify. Just another quick reminder about the amazing deal you can get on .store domains at partners.get.store/OS training. In this section, I'm going to talk about tracking customers and orders. I went ahead and placed an order on the site. I'm going to do it again just so you can see the process. Shopify makes it really easy. So I'm going to add that to my cart. I'm going to put 3 of them in there just so we can apply the discount as well, and go to checkout. So it's looking for an email or a phone number here. I'm going to put my personal email address in, and obviously I'm going to mask that. I like everybody, but I don't want you all emailing me, of course. I am going to go ahead and keep up to date on news and exclusive offers from my store. I'm going to put in my last name. I'm going to put in an address. And because we're using fake credit cards on the test mode, I can do all of this fake information, and the system will be just fine with it. I'm going to add my discount. And so you see my total is $51.36 because I'm in Indiana, and it's calculating the taxes for me nicely after the discount has been applied. So that's really good. We'll continue to the shipping method. It's grabbing all of the shipping opportunities for me, USPS, which we set up earlier, or the standard shipping rate. I'll just go ahead and take the USPS priority mail, continue to payment method, and this is where testing out your store really helps. The fake credit card number is a series of 424242s. You can use a fake name, you can use a fake date that's somewhere in the future, and a fake CVV number. And the system will accept it. Of course, nothing's being ordered really, and no money is being exchanged. So I can add a billing address here if I want, and I can save my information for faster checkout. Next time you check out here or any stores powered by Shopify, you'll receive a code by SMS to securely purchase with Shopify Pay. So I'm not going to do this again. We're just testing the store, but you can see how that works, and it's really slick. I'm going to go ahead and complete the order. And there we go. My order is confirmed. I've paid $58.69 with the discount code called opening, and I can continue shopping or be done with it. Just so you can see, here's the confirmation email I got. And again, I did not update any of the templates, but boy, is it nice and slick. You can see all the information that I was sent. Here's the order confirmation that I got as the system administrator. Not so pretty, but again, gives me all the information I need. Now I can go ahead and fulfill the order. Well, speaking of orders, let's take a look at the customer record and their order. So back in my store, I have 2 orders, both from me, of course, with different email addresses, so I was able to create 2 different people. They are paid, but unfulfilled. Clicking on customers, I can see that I have 2 customers. You'll see that my email address was different. And when I click on my customer, I've been a customer for 7 minutes, I can add a note. I have 1 unfulfilled order from the store. Here's my email address. I accept email marketing, though I did not create an account when I set the user up. I can also add tags and comments here. Now, this is one of the really powerful features of customer management, because you can leave comments here and allow your staff to see the history of the person that they're dealing with, and if they might be a difficult customer or a very particular customer, you can add comments in here to better help your staff meet their needs. So commenting your customers in the timeline here can be really important. I'm going to give myself a nice big smiling emoji. I'm going to post that, and there it is. I've added a comment to that person's timeline. Let's go ahead and fulfill that order. And it's as simple as this. I'm going to click the order itself. I'm going to fulfill this order. I can even buy a shipping label just by clicking there. My credit card will be charged for $6.85. I get a slight discount there. And I'm able to add insurance and signature confirmation. Now, this is here because I put a fake address in, and USPS can't find the address. If I'd put a real address in as my shipping address, well, that would disappear, and I'd be able to buy a shipping label. The shipping date, what date am I going to go take this to the drop-off point? That's today. And send shipment details to my customer now, and I can mark it as fulfilled simply because I don't have the correct address in there. So I'll mark as fulfill items. Now that changes the status in my orders to fulfilled. One other thing I want to point out here on this screen, you'll get all kinds of great information in Shopify. Conversion summary, fraud analysis. You can view the full analysis here. Again, because I am using the test gateway, that is pretty low. My order has been fulfilled, and here's the confirmation email I got when the order was marked fulfilled. I can even view my order just by clicking on the link, and there it is. So Shopify manages all of that information for you. It's really remarkable for just a few pennies a day. One of the great things about Shopify is that it really does a lot right out of the box. But every store is unique, and sometimes you have requirements that just aren't met by the basic installation. So Shopify has created their own app store to give you powerful new features, services, and plugins. If we take a look at the categories, you'll see product sourcing, marketing, sales, social media, shipping, inventory, customer service, accounting, tools, reporting, and sales channels. So for instance, under the accounting apps, you'll see there's a QuickBooks integration, a Xero integration, a TaxJar integration, Sevdesk, you name it. There are tons of integrations. So no matter which accounting software you might use, there's probably an integration for it. If we take a look at marketing, there's a great group of marketing add-ons that you can use. There's one for MailChimp even, Google AdWords, SEO Expert. Well, you get the idea. And by the way, there are 18 pages of those, so there's probably one there for you. There's also collections, and I really like this. Collections to launch your shop, grow your business. Take a look at the launch your shop, push owl for web notifications, pop-ups, drag and drop page builders, OmniSend, free shipping bar, Shopify order printer. So again, you get the idea. You can get your store up and running with any of these apps. So we want to actually add digital downloads to our store today. And so I happen to have noticed it's in this launch your shop, but let's just type digital, or actually as we start to type digital, I'm going to click on digital downloads. And let's take a quick peek. It's free. Not all plugins are free, but this one is. It's made by Shopify. So again, you're going to get good support here. It gives a good description. And one of the things you're going to want to watch for is the reviews and the ratings. Not all plugins are created equal. So I'm going to encourage you to take a look at the reviews. Now, like anything else, some reviews are good, sometimes they're not so good. You always take reviews with a grain of salt. Just read enough to get a good feel for it. Well, how do we add this to our store? Pretty simple. We click Get and install the app. And voila, I can now do digital downloads from my store. That's pretty powerful. I can also access the apps right from within my Shopify account itself just by clicking on the apps and then clicking Visit the App Store. Let's take a look at just a few others. I'm just going to go ahead into the shipping app category. And you'll see that here we are. There's a free one. There's one for $9 to $159 a month, depending on your volume. Advanced shipping rules for $9. Shipping tracker is free. Shipping rate calculator, $7 a month. Pickup and delivery for $19 to $45. You get the idea. So some of these are free and some cost money. Once again, there are 9 pages of these, so you can probably find one to meet your needs. Let's quickly set up a digital product just to see how that app works. I'm going to click on Products. I'm going to add a product. The Happiness T-shirt desktop wallpaper. Use this wallpaper to make your day happy. I'm going to upload an image, and I'm just going to use the blue t-shirt here. We'll make the price $10. We won't track inventory because it's going to be a digital product. Under product type, we'll say wallpaper, and we'll put it in the homepage collection and click Save. All right, so now that we've set up our product, we need to add the digital download to it. This isn't something you can do until you actually save the product. So let's go ahead and click back into our wallpaper, and up here under More Actions, we'll add the digital attachment. Here's where we add the file. So once again, I've uploaded the blue t-shirt picture. You'll note when I clicked on this, I'm actually outside of the product and I'm in the digital downloads area. And now when somebody orders my Happiness T-shirt desktop wallpaper, this image will be available as soon as their payment is received. So that's a quick tour of the App Store. I can't encourage you enough. Go ahead, take a look through there. There are dozens and dozens and dozens of apps that you can add to your store to make it what you really need it to be. Here I am on my dashboard of my store, and you can see, although I've got no sales yet, Shopify is now giving me a really nice, quick overview of all of my channels. I can go for today, yesterday, all the way even to this month. And it's really helpful to see this quick status update right here in your dashboard. If I click View Dashboard, it's going to take me to this quick overview of everything that's been going on in my store. Well, the reason I'm introducing that now is because we're going to talk about channels. As I mentioned in one of the opening videos, your online store is only one channel that Shopify can provide for you. If you have a brick and mortar store, well, it can provide a point of sale so that all of your inventory updates from physical and digital product sales are in one place. You can add the Amazon channel so you can sell your goods on Amazon.com. There are a number of channels here. Kik, which is a messaging app, Messenger, of course, attached to Facebook, a buy button, sell any product in your existing website, blog, or email campaigns. That's huge because if your store is separate from your main website, well, you can still connect everything right to your Shopify store. BuzzFeed, eBay, Facebook, Houzz, Instagram, Winello, even Pinterest, though you'll need to set up direct credit card payments in order to use that. If you don't see a channel that you're interested in, well, of course, there's the App Store again for even more sales channels. So adding a sales channel is really simple. I'm going to go ahead and click on the Buy button sales channel. And by adding that button, I now get to select a product or a collection that will give me a button to embed on my website. I'm going to just select my t-shirt. And now I can see the kind of template that I'm going to get. I'm going to choose this one. I kind of like that. It can go in a sidebar widget, for instance. Allow the person to choose all variants. I can update the Add to Cart button. Even the color and the text, this allows me to match the colors on my own site. I can update the font style and the font size, once again, making it work just as I need to on my own site, as well as the shopping cart. There it is there. Excellent. And so now all I need to do is generate the code. Copy this code, and now paste that in a sidebar widget or a module position. If you're using Joomla, using Drupal, you can put it in a module. Wherever you want to put it, this will now show this product on my external blog or website. Wow, that's really awesome. So the different sales channels that you have available to you can do just about anything you want. If you don't see one that you want, visit the App Store and you'll see even more excellent apps that you can add to your sales channel. The reason this is so important is it now gives you one central place to manage all of your e-commerce. And that's one of the things Shopify does best. Just before we move on, I want to remind you one last time about the good folk over at .store domains who've sponsored this video. You can get a great deal on a .store domain at partners.get.store/OStraining. In this section, we're going to talk about adding blog posts and pages. It isn't enough just to have a storefront. You need to engage your customers, at least with an About Us page, some help pages maybe, a blog that highlights and connects people with your brand. And so we're going to set that up. Now you might be wondering, well, why haven't we actually done any design work yet? Our site's pretty bland. Well, one of the principles of building a site like this is to get all of the content ready and then do the design work. It's something I tell all my clients, which frustrates them a little bit because honestly, the first question they've got is, well, what's it going to look like? But that's not really the most important point until your content is done. So let's go ahead and do that. Well, where are the blogs and pages in Shopify? Clicking on Online Store, you'll see blog posts and pages right after the themes. Now we're using the default theme and we're going to leave it that way for now. Let's click on blog posts and we're going to write a blog post, and as Shopify reminds us, it's a great way to build a community around your products and your brand. So it's this simple. We're going to give it a title and some quick text. So I've thrown some text in here. I've made a couple of H3 heading areas, and I'm going to throw in an image right here just so we can see how it's done. It's really, really simple to do. I can include uploaded images, product images, or images from a URL, or I can upload my own images and insert it right in. Always add your alt text. The view from my front yard, and that really is the view from my front yard. And you can choose the size of the image you want to use. And this is really helpful. I'm going to stick with large and insert the image. If I select the image again and then click on Edit Image, I can now put some spacing. So I'm going to put 5 pixels and 5 pixels top and bottom. We're going to center it. We're not going to allow text to wrap around the image. We'll keep it at large and edit the image. And that's actually pretty nice. Now over here on the right, we can set the visibility. We'll make it visible, or I can actually set a specific publishing date if that's what I want. But I'm ready to make it visible or published, so I'll leave it there. I need to add a featured image, so I'm going to use the same image I posted in the blog, put it in the news category, or I can create a brand new category here and add some tags to it. One of the things I suggest is always add an excerpt as well, simply because you don't want too much text here in the intro. So I'm going to grab just this first bit of text. And you don't have to do that. You can write a completely separate excerpt and click Save. I now have my first blog on my site. That's simple to do. This is a pretty typical WYSIWYG editor. What you see is what you get. If you're familiar with HTML, you can click that link there and see the raw HTML. But honestly, if you're not, this is going to do it for you. Don't forget, you can insert links and images and video right here into your blog posts. Well, if we want to preview that, just click on the View button, and here's our first blog. That is awesome. Shopify automatically adds all the social buttons to the blog post. We haven't done any design work yet. Don't worry about that. Let's just get our content. Back to our admin side, and let's click on Pages. And we're going to just add a quick About Us page. Pages and blog posts are different. Pages don't get updated very often, and they usually have a link directly to them. Blog posts are exactly what it sounds like. They're a blog. You don't need to link to everyone individually. You just need to link to the blog in general, and the individual blog items will be available. I'm just going to say About Us, and I'm just going to paste that same text in there again, not to worry. The template here is a page, and once again, we'll make it visible right away. You'll notice a lot of the other options here aren't available. Pages don't get featured images, and they don't get excerpts. Click Save, and there we are. So we have a page, and we have one blog post. And it's that simple to add blog posts and pages to your Shopify site. So you've got your products in, you've got a blog, you've got some pages, you're ready to design and style your Shopify store. Well, where do you go to do that? Well, I'm going to suggest you start at Shopify Themes or themes.shopify.com in order to find some great free and paid themes. Here I am at their site, and you can see some collections here that's minimalist, new theme releases. That's always a fun one to look at. Great for small inventories. Let's take a look at that one, since right now our inventory is pretty small. And you'll see that there are free themes and there are paid themes, and usually they are around $180. Here's Debut. Palo Alto is $180. Narrative is free. I like that one. Here's Venue, and it's a t-shirt style. Well, that looks really good too. I like that. Here's Maker for $160. And Jumpstart, which is free. Let's take a quick look at that one. You can see that we can view a demo, and it even supports a video right there on the home page. You'll also see up here on every single theme that Shopify supports, it works in both desktop and mobile browsers. So boy, you're really set with those. Theme features, built for small catalogs, slideshow, goal tracking tool, custom modules, homepage video, and as seen on section, and all of the other features for all of the other themes on the theme store. There's a review section down here, as well as other themes that have similar features. Here's another free one, and another free one. That's Simple. Let's take a quick peek at Simple. It's minimalist. It features shirts. You know what? Let's just take a quick peek at that one. So each image pops up. You've got a menu on the left-hand side, a very simple logo. Your cart and checkout are at the top. And of course, if you need to, you can add video, your collections, and a subscription button. I like this one. Grab it from here. It's simple, and add simple. It's really simple to add a theme to your Shopify store. So now we have two themes. We have the basic one called Debut that's included, and we have a simple theme. We can customize them from here, but that's in the next video. So once again, the theme store is your friend here. If I click on Visit the Theme Store, it just takes me back to themes.shopify.com, where I can find really awesome themes for my store. All right, let's talk about customizing your theme so your store looks the way you want it to look. If you followed along in the last video, you downloaded the simple theme. If you downloaded a different one, that's fine as well. We're going to go ahead and set that as the default theme by publishing it. And if we take a quick peek at that, we can now just view what our site is going to look like. And there we are. So the happiness t-shirt and the desktop wallpaper automatically push to the home page simply because they're in the home collection. We can talk about our brand here. We can edit this, as well as add any links down here and add our menu over here. You'll see it also comes with a search feature and cart and checkout. So we're good to go. Let's go ahead and update this, make it look a little bit better. Back here in our admin side, you click Customize. This is going to bring a preview of our theme up with the customizer on the left-hand side. Two things we need to focus on here: sections, which is the areas on our page, and theme settings. Let's start with theme settings. Take a look at colors. The background is white. The text is a dark gray, as well as the links and primary button backgrounds are a dark gray. Let's just go ahead and change that. And we'll make that kind of a dark blue. If we go into a product, you'll see our Add to Cart button now is dark blue. You can update any of these as you will. Clicking the back button goes back to the main theme settings area, and now I can update my typography. I've never been a fan of Times New Roman. Let's go ahead and choose Lato. Lato is a Google font, so the web font will be downloaded automatically. I much prefer that look and feel. Again, choose whatever font you want. The base size is 28 pixels. If you like that, you can leave it. The body text is Helvetica New, and again, I like that just fine. You don't want too many different font styles on your site, so you need to be careful there. Button size fonts and navigation size, again, preset from our theme. If we click on Cart, you can choose whether to stay on the current page when an item is added to the cart, or go straight to the cart page where they'd need to click back and can click on Continue Shopping if they want to. I prefer this, but it's up to you. Navigation shows the breadcrumbs. That's what these are right here, and I like leaving those on. Social media, you can actually update all of the social media settings here, and as you put in your own links, well then those icons will show up here for any one that you select. As well, you can give a link to an external blog if you want, but of course ours is on our site, and you can also select an image to show whenever you link a page to social media. Completely up to you. One of the cool things is they have free images here. And you can choose one of these, or again, you can go back and get something out of your own library. And there it is selected. So that image will be sent with every social share that we send out. We can upload a favicon. The image can be anything you want, but it'll be scaled down to 32 by 32. So you want to make sure that that image is fairly recognizable. Once again, I'm going to choose my blue shirt simply because it's there. And that will show up in the address bar. And finally, checkout. I can have a background image for my checkout, a custom logo image, and a main content area background image as well. Now, I like my store to look pretty clean, but once again, this is completely up to you. You can customize your store as much as you want. All right, so those are the theme settings. Let's go back to our homepage and customize the sections we have, and even add a new one. And now we can customize each section. In the header, I can select a logo image if I have a particular logo, otherwise it's going to be a text. I can have an announcement bar showing an announcement that will pop down from the top if I want. You can have a tagline as well. You're starting to get the idea of the incredible flexibility that Shopify gives you. And this is a really simple theme. There are far more complex themes that do even more. We need to update our main menu here. We'll do that right now. Click Edit Menu. It's going to open up a new page real quickly. And I need to add our blog. And I need to add our About page. This is why you set your content up ahead of time and wait for your menu at the end. Of course, we can now rearrange these pages if we want. We can add a contact page or anything like that. As soon as I click Save, the menu is saved. And now back in the customizer, you'll see this menu set up. The featured collection is the homepage collection. I can put any collection in here I want. I can change how many rows, or I can remove the section completely. This rich text here is the section that's talking about our brand. The happiness shirt collection, you'll love our t-shirts. I can even make that a little bit bigger, or I can remove the section altogether. What if I wanted to add a new section? Really simple. I'm going to click Add Section, and now look at all the sections I can add. Honestly, one of the things I like is a blog on my homepage. Google likes that as well. I can even have a collection list, and click Add, and click on each one to select the collection. And there's my opening specials. And I can even create a collection from here. And I can even get rid of that third one if I want, and just have two. So without any coding, without any fuss at all, I'm adding some really beautiful elements to my site. And it's this simple. If I click on footer and click on links, I can update the menu right from here as well. So you get the idea. Now, this is just the home page. Clicking here shows me all of the pages that I can customize, and you'll probably want to take a look at each one. You can always click up here, see the mobile version, the desktop version, and the full width version of your store. And that's really handy. I love this Shopify is fully mobile friendly because let's face it, it's a mobile world. And if your store isn't mobile friendly, you're throwing customers away. Shopify takes care of that for us with every theme that you can download. All right, that's a quick overview of how to customize your store with a theme in Shopify. The last topic on our agenda is analytics. If you don't know how well your store is doing, well, then you really can't improve it or make changes that make sense. So Shopify gives us a really decent analytics section. It's over here on the left. This gives you your overview dashboard. We've actually looked at this once before. It gives you total sales and each sales channel, repeat customer rates, store conversion rates, average order, total orders. You get the idea. Of course, I've had no orders yet because my store isn't actually live yet. So this is your dashboard, and you can change it to any date range that you want. And it calculates them really nicely. Gives you great graphs and allows you even to hover over it to see the information for that particular time frame. In the reporting section, you have a list of reports. So visits over time, visits by referrer, top online search results. If I click Show All here, I can see all of those and then just click on one of the reports to see the data. Live View allows me to see exactly what it sounds like, what's going on right now. And again, this is just really cool. If this store was live and it was popular, you'd see little pins all over the place. And that is really fun. You can see customer behavior in real time, as well as page views per minute in real time. This, coupled with Google Analytics, gives you amazing insight into your Shopify store's performance. I'd encourage you to take a quick peek around, look at the dashboards and the reports to see what's going to be most relevant for you. And of course, as always, on every Shopify page, there is a link to great help material. Well, thanks for joining me for this course, Build Your Shopify Store in 1 hour from OS Training. Again, I want to thank the great folk over at .store Domains for sponsoring this video. And remember, you can get a fantastic deal on a .store domain by going to partners.get.store/OS Training.